Happy holidays, everyone! First, I'd just like to thank everybody out there for helping me to win the Mashable Open Web Award and officially crowning me the funniest person in the galaxy! You know, it feels so humbling to be so universally loved by everybody, and ultimately,
Jerry Lawler! Goldfinger is the man with the golden touch, not you, Jerry Lawler! And nobody does it better than the Ultimate Warrior!
Okay. Oh, the crown. Look, it's just a costume, alright? I'm not really Jerry Lawler.
I need not your tricks, Jerry Lawler! I'm never going to bend before the king in the WrestleMania, Jerry Lawler! You will be smashed by a spaceship full of the disciples, driven by the rage and all the thetans of the warrior, floating through the veins on the power of the warrior!
Look, I'm not Jerry Lawler, you freaked out maniac. It was just a joke.
Yeah! Spoony one! I will crush your head like bubble wrap, homo!
What, me? Why?
I saw Spooning with Spoony! Queering don't make the world work!
That was just a video, dude! Hey, what about you? I mean, you raped Santa, right? Remember that in the Warrior Christmas special?
Every boy is naturally curious at that age and knows it to himself to discover his own sexuality. And besides, it wasn't all the way gay because I pulled out early and dumped my man chowder all over his chest. And besides, that wasn't Santa Claus. That was Hulk Hogan!
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan, disguised as Santa Claus! Do not be fooled, children! Christmas was saved by the Ultimate Warrior when I funked Hulk Hogan with my South Pole!
What in the hell are you talking about?
I discovered the secret identity of Santa Claus! Hulk Hogan! It's all in this movie! Destrucity Telephone!
What? Dude. Thanks? So yeah, I was pretty stunned to see the infamous Santa rape scene in the Warrior Christmas special, but that would not be the first or the last time that Santa took it full in the ass from the pro wrestling industry. Yes, I'm talking about the Hulk Hogan Christmas movie, Santa with Muscles, an endless parade of shame that makes Jingle All the Way look like a miracle on 34th Street in comparison. Hell, Hogan's not even in Schwarzenegger's league. This movie doesn't even hold up to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Now, I did a little looking on IMDb and found there's a little bit of controversy surrounding this one. Apparently, they changed the original author's draft so much that he sued to have his name removed from the credits. Now, that's a good one. Sir, you have profaned my work! This is not the Santa with Muscles I was proud to call my own! The movie opens as Hulk Hogan stealthily approaches a mansion. Yeah, good thing he's wearing some desert camo to blend in with that hedgerow. He sneaks up on a henchman who apparently needs a machete to do some light gardening.
Never stop to smell the roses.
Then a chef attacks! And now a shrieking man! And a ninja chauffeur with a tire iron! And then the shrieking man again with a rake! And then the first guy comes back with a weed whacker! What in the hell is going on? We're not even 2 minutes in, I'm already completely lost.
Time.
But it's all okay, because apparently Hogan makes a game out of beating the shit out of his own servants.
How'd I do?
Tremendous.
It's tough finding that kind of hired help nowadays. Normally you wouldn't want a chauffeur who periodically attempts to murder you with a machete. In most other cases, listing violent felonies on your application would be considered a bad thing. Kato. So it turns out that Hulk plays a wealthy fitness guru named Blake with an extensive line of health products with his picture all over them.
Make a note, Chaz. My picture on the can isn't big enough.
Do those look like 24-inch pythons to you, brother? I don't think so, dude.
But since Blake's got all this money and free time, he's living a completely hedonistic lifestyle and has absolutely no Christmas spirit.
One of those non-profit organizations called inquiring about a Christmas fundraiser they want to hold here at the mansion.
If you want to do them a favor, send them some of those carbohydrate bars that aren't selling anyway.
Screw the Hulkamaniacs! Hollywood looks out for #1, brother!
I'm less concerned with Hogan's lack of holiday spirit as I am with the fact that he seems to be completely out of his fucking skull. He tells everyone to suit up and pile into his Hummer for a round of paintball, and then proceeds to drive like a maniac through the entire city, heedless of property and human life. And that puts a long-standing wrestling mystery to rest. Hogan drove the Hummer! See the old school wrestling fans out there? They just got a chuckle out of that one. The other 99% of you, woo!
Dispatch! We got men with guns out here on 43. It must be militia or terrorists. Send everything you got. I'm rolling.
It's Al-Qaeda, or aliens, or car-driving mole people. Call the National Guard. Call everyone. The Mayans warned us this would happen. Clint Howard? Clint, dude, I wouldn't ordinarily say this, but this is beneath you. So Hogan provokes a high-speed chase with the police and is so utterly unshaken with the prospect of several felony charges, he actually starts shooting at them.
Rule number 21. When in doubt, get out. Later.
Good luck stopping the car, brother! I'll see you in hell! Well, I guess we can all clearly see that Hulk taught everything he knows about driving to his son, Nick, am I right? Hey-oh! Hulk ducks into a nearby mall to hide from the cops and disguises himself in a mall Santa costume he finds in a service corridor. The disguise actually holds up until he runs into a kid that's wandering around the employees-only area for some reason, and it doesn't take long to blow his cover, especially when he shoulder checks the kid's dad into a wall.
Fax me, you little brat.
So Hogan's acting like a guy who can't act to save his life. Well done.
I'm not gonna let this guy get away with Santa fraud.
Hogan hides in a garbage chute, but gets clunked in the head when someone upstairs dumps a fiberglass Santa down, causing Hogan to fall and knocking him unconscious. That's when Lenny, a guy so hard up for cash he's working as a mall Santa's assistant elf, finds Hogan's body, steals his wallet, and oh no! Stop! Stop that at once! I'll pay you anything! Just stop! And thanks to a movie cliche so old and worn out I can barely even mention it without getting sick, Hogan wakes up with amnesia.
Santa!
What?
You're Santa Claus! Santa!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Lenny tells him he's Santa Claus because his boss promised him $50 if he could find where the original Drunken Mall Santa went to.
Santa? Are you sure?
The Santa what?
So he never once takes a look at his hair underneath the hat or thinks to pull on the incredibly fake beard. Man, you'd think even an amnesiac would have a few more questions than this, or at least ask to be taken to a hospital for a severe head trauma. Anyway, Lenny drags him back to the village to pose as Santa while he goes to an ATM to pillage Blake's debit card. Sadly, he forgets that in this insane world, all the ATMs have thumbprint scanners instead of, PIN numbers.
The user's thumbprint does not match Mr. Blake's card. Have a nice day.
Meanwhile, a couple of ne'er-do-wells on the same intellectual level as Bulk and Skull decide to steal a jar of donation money for the local orphanage by acting as stupidly suspiciously as humanly possible.
Someone's been very naughty.
What are you gonna do about it, Santa? Give me a lump of coal?
And yeah, as you might expect, these guys don't put up much of a fight, because it doesn't really matter if you twirl something in a badass fashion like Ray Park if you happen to be wielding fucking styrofoam. My favorite part of this scene is that someone from the crowd actually yells, "Watch out, he's got a candy cane!"
Watch out, he's got a candy cane!
Once he finishes body slamming the thugs, his Santa reflex kicks in and he feels himself mysteriously drawn to the orphanage, which is currently besieged by, I'm not kidding, a gang of evil mad scientists led by the germophobic Ebner Frost, played by Ed Begley Jr. from, everything, really. In fact, it's like they made this movie using nothing but a bunch of TV actors that you almost remember from that one show you might have seen that one time. Like this guy from, and that one chick who might have been in Revenge of the Nerds 4, and, that kid from Picket Fences? Remember that? And I'll tell you the truth, the only people I really recognize are Bob and Jackie from that 70s show. But anyway, Frost wants to terrorize the residents of the orphanage so that they'll leave, and his rule of Lakeville will be absolute, for some reason. But since he's afraid of the outdoors, he dispatches his crack team of attack scientists who drive around in an ice cream truck. They're led by a very familiar-looking dude named Dr. Blight.
Hi, I'm Dr. Blight, Mr. Frost's personal physician.
Ah, yes, Dr. Blight, actually a distant cousin of the Insano family that we don't talk about very much for obvious reasons.
Oh, we just dropped by to see how your relocation plans are going. Please, don't hesitate to call me.
Come inside, children.
Wow.
When diplomacy fails, the Mads really start to do mean things, like steal the orphanage's Christmas tree by chaining it to their truck, and stealing the orphanage's statue by chaining it to their truck. This guy, who, again, I almost recognize, runs out in the middle of the street to stop them, but only ends up making himself a target, when suddenly... Okay, so apparently Hogan is strong enough to stop an ice cream truck going 60 miles an hour with his bare hands. Come on, even John Cena's not booked to look that strong. Usually.
Merry Christmas, Santa!
Thanks for letting go of the chain so we can get away. The overjoyed people at the orphanage invite Hulk and Lenny over to dinner to thank them, and even let them stay overnight. But what's weird is that everyone, including the adults, seem to instantly believe his claim that he's Santa.
Leslie, can we keep him, please?
It's jerk chicken night!
He's not fucking Santa! Billy Bob Thornton looked more like Santa than this guy. You can still see the strap holding his beard on. In fact, it seems like even the writers decided they had to ditch the beard because there's no way even Hulk Hogan is stupid enough to go all night without the thing somehow coming off. I'm not really sure how Lenny manages to keep the whole fraud going on in light of this new evidence, but I'm pretty sure that dressing like something right out of my nightmares managed to deflect the conversation a little.
All we had. You look like a leftover from last year's Christmas plate. Yeah, look at you. You look ridiculous.
This from a guy dressed like Lamb Chop. Why in the hell did the orphanage have an adult-sized bunny/lamb costume? And why did he agree to wear it?
Sorry about the pajama, Santa, but that's all we had.
The next morning is a little awkward when Hulk goes for breakfast without the beard, which freaks the kids' fragile belief in Santa right to the core. I just love how betrayed even the adults look at this revelation.
Mrs. Claus says it tickles, so I just wear it for deliveries.
And believe it or not, the kids are stupid enough to buy this. And so is a local TV station who's heard about the crime-fighting Santa and wants to interview him.
Welcome to Lakeville, Santa. So, tell us, how did you get here?
Rooster.
Oh.
Reindeer. The reindeer brought me here.
Of course. But, Santa, you look so much more healthy than you did last year. Tell us, what's your secret?
I love to eat a lot of reindeer meat.
You know what's sad is that I can't tell if this is supposed to have anything to do with his amnesia or his own natural, complete stupidity. How can you not know anything about Santa? This goes beyond amnesia. He can't even remember basic facts anymore. I tell you, we may be dealing with some serious brain damage at this point.
Patient. Santa Claus. Complaint? Blurry vision.
Anyway, Dr. Blight eventually comes back and starts slapping Hulk around with his stethoscope, which seems like a stupid move when the guy he's fighting can Irish whip an ice cream truck.
Get plenty of better.
Yeah, that went about as expected. Did I miss something? Is there a reason these people haven't called the police to, you know, deal with the creepy supervillains assaulting the orphanage every hour? Yeah, sorry. These repeated attacks do raise the question, however, of why the hell Ebner Frost wants to take over the orphanage anyway.
So what's under the orphanage?
Water and power lines.
Telephone cables?
Sure.
Rats. Big, ugly rats.
Oh, the old catacombs underneath the church.
And there's a big vault door down there.
Oh, sure. So the extensive catacombs with the mysterious locked vault doors were 6th on your list of things beneath the orphanage. Yeah, I can't believe we forgot those. And it turns out when they open the vault doors, it reveals a cavern covered in mysterious glowing crystals.
It's warm.
Ooh, I bet they're radioactive. And when you drop them, they explode.
They're quartz crystals with natural electricity in them. Vibrations make them put out power. That must be worth millions.
But the ever-resilient Dr. Blight attacks again, so he and Hulk battle all the way to the top of the orphanage bell tower. Dude. Seriously, man.
Afraid of heights, Santa?
You are attacking the man with styrofoam!
Santa, you slay me.
I hate Christmas.
I don't get it.
Wait, huh? An animatronic Santa just threw Hogan off the tower into a dump truck. How in the hell did that work? How was a robotic Santa bought at a Spencer's Gifts able to lift and throw a 280-pound fucking Hulkster? With Hogan Claws out of the picture, the Mads invasion begins, and even Mr. Frost decides to handle this moment of victory personally. But since he's afraid of germs, his henchmen have to make a few sanitary precautions that somewhat undermine his dramatic entrance a bit. Yeah, not exactly on the same level as Emperor Palpatine coming out of the shuttle. I guess you just can't spray Lysol in a menacing fashion. There are just some things you can't make threatening, even if you do use evil orchestra stings.
Oh, really?
Frost tries to get into the vault, but the kids won't tell him the combination to the door.
You can't open it, can't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, if you ever ask someone if they can do something for you, and their response is, oh, yeah! Find someone else!
Tell Mr. Frost 5 minutes!
Hurry, Dr. Fu Manchu, at once! Meanwhile, Hulk's got his memory back, because as we all know from the cartoons, the best cure for amnesia is a second traumatizing blow to the skull.
Gentlemen, we have a mission.
He collects his henchmen, and Hogan's heroes suit up for combat and run off to the car. Shotgun, shotgun, dope! And of course, they provoke another police chase with Clint Howard. So Hogan counterattacks with salad dressing? Wow, they got a lot of juice out of those 2 little bottles.
I'm bad! I'm a heartbreaker! I'm a troublemaker!
Clint Howard pops the clutch and tells the world to eat his dust. The chase comes to an end, though, when Hogan runs into a police roadblock and one of the cops pulls out a fucking rocket launcher. What the fuck? The police didn't have this kind of firepower in Judge Dredd. Hulk somehow manages to suicidally blow through the roadblock, reaches the orphanage, and starts bizarrely fighting the Mads, while Dr. Blight gets tricked by the kids and thrown into the walk-in freezer. Now that the hostages are all rescued, the groundskeeper Clayton explains that Blake's forgotten that he also grew up in the orphanage, and that his best childhood friend was Mr. Frost.
You grew up here.
Oh my god, they just pulled a Final Fantasy VIII plot twist! So Hulk confronts Blake in the Crystal Cave, and they proceed to have a sword fight with 2 long pieces of crystal, which seems unwise since we've already established that sudden jarring impacts cause the crystals to explode!
There can be only one, brother!
And surprisingly, Frost seems to know exactly what you're gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you, and actually kicks his ass and has him beaten until Leslie here pulls the air hose out of his suit. So why do we need Hogan again? The lady here just took out the 2 major villains by herself.
It's gonna blow!
Everyone gets out just before the cave explodes, taking the whole orphanage with it.
It's only a model.
Clint Howard's still a little upset that he was just hit in the face with a rocket launcher, but soon enough everything's straightened out and all the Mads are arrested, including Dr. Blight, who last time I saw him he was stuck in the freezer and probably should be dead now.
I was frozen today!
And now, since Blake's learned the true meaning of Christmas, he turns his own mansion into the Newtown orphanage, and everyone lives happily ever after. My god, this movie eats! This is bad even for a Hulk Hogan movie! There's no Christmas magic to be found anywhere in this flick. Hell, there's not even any Santa to be found. And how big of a letdown is that when you watch a Santa movie as a kid? You don't really want to watch Hulk Hogan, you want to see Santa.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. The Hulkamaniacs out there know that there is a Santa, and Hulk Hogan is Santa's little helper, Spoony Scrooge dude. I think it's time to be a little Christmas spirit into you, brother. And the only way to do that is with the Yappa Pie Indian Punishment Strappage #1.
Hulk Hogan! The rapings will continue, Hulk Hogan, until you learn the true meaning of Christmas is destrucity. I will rape you, Hulk Hogan!
What you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania...
Fuck the fucking awesome war! You was a whore, and still you are fucking whore! Through the skeletons of your ancestors, you will see the hell of all the people. Put in the camel clutch, break your back, and fuck your ass! I'll make you humble.
Whoa, guys, chill out. Chill out, guys, come on. I'm all about the Christmas spirit, and even though we may all disagree on what the Christmas spirit really means, be it peace on earth and goodwill towards men and robots, giving to those less fortunate, or just being with your family, or laying the smackdown on a motherfucker, or even if you don't believe in the Christmas spirit at all, maybe you believe in something else completely, and you know what? That's okay too. I think you'll all agree that the best holiday tradition of them all is to just gather around the TV with your friends and loved ones and put in the best Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard. Because it doesn't matter if you believe in God, Santa, or whatever, we can all believe in John McClane kicking ass. So, from all of us here at the Spoony Experiment, have a happy holidays and have a happy New Year as well.
Lenny to the United Banking System's Print Secure Teller. For $100 gazillion, please place your stolen thumbprint on the scanner. Business with us and have a nice life in South America.
Let me give you a hand.